Hey guys, Shumaz here. This is Growing English by Shuma. uh, in this video and this channel, I made to practice speaking English for me and have no script at all. Today, I'm gonna talk about the January 18th in Japan, and of course, I was quite productive and I made a great progress. I watched morning satellite and daylight satellite. Read an English article, did overlapping, visited a shrine as a Japanese traditional event on the New Year. borrowed the comics from the store, from my store. Had a speaking lesson with Matt, and then just took an English video like this. So yeah, I succeeded in generating progress to some extent at least, and progress, at least necessary progress. So yeah, I made today the good day. So first I did after I did overlapping, I had a speaking lesson with Matt, but I couldn't express myself as good as past myself in Toronto. But I think but I don't feel but I don't have some reservation with how whether my English proficiency became bad or not, because I mean probably or mostly like the I couldn't express myself so well because only because the I had a great conversation with my mom so frequently in Japanese soon before the speaking lesson. That's why my brain and my mind was in the Japanese sentences at all at the time. So I couldn't. So probably my brain, my mind and me probably couldn't the transform from the Japanese one into English one at the moment at that time. So yeah, so probably I had kind of difficulties in communicating with Matt in English. But for now, I mean, from now, when I'm supposed to have a speaking lesson with Matt in English, I won't have great conversation with in Japanese. I mean, I won't use Japanese so frequently soon before the speaking lesson. But I think at the same time, it's quite necessary, it's quite essential for me to maintain to keep studying English, at least, and at least to maintain my English proficiency. So, So yeah, that's why I've decided to allocate a little bit time, such as like 3 hours. Yeah. So I've decided to allocate 3 hours to study English. I mean, specifically, I'm gonna use 1 hour for doing overlapping. Also 1 hour for for making market report to make market report for the New York Stock Exchange, to and I'm gonna allocate 1 hour to study the English words or financial jargons and English words for TOEIC. And then I'm gonna allocate the 30 minutes to take an English video like this and read an English article. And the 10 minutes for reading the English article. So yeah, I mean, consequently, I'm gonna allocate. I've decided to allocate like half an hour and 3 hours per day to study English per day. Yeah. So yeah, I think the amount of allocation is great and enough to at least maintain my English proficiency, and probably the amount of allocation will work as a driver my English proficiency every day. Yeah. So yeah, if I do that, I mean when I do that, when I allocate in such way, I can take advantage as good as I have in Toronto in terms of the studying English. Yeah. And then after having the speaking lesson, my mom bought me the baked sweet potato. And so baked sweet potato is probably Japanese specialty in the winter. So we love eating the baked sweet potato in the winter. Mostly all Japanese people have eaten the baked sweet potatoes in winter at some point of their lives. So yeah, of course I also love eating baked sweet potato as well, and we have the potatoes, but having such a potato is experience for children in most cases. So like for a few years, probably for more than 5 years, I didn't have any baked sweet potatoes at all in the winter, even in winter. So and that's why I was so excited about having the baked sweet potatoes, and yeah, of course its taste was amazing, quite wonderful, and yeah, so I confirmed that I loved having the baked sweet potatoes especially in winter, and yeah, so that was a great experience, and probably that was the first time that I've ever had the sweet baked potato within the within the latest 5 or 6 years. Yeah. And of course it's its taste was quite wonderful because the the potato included or contained a lot of sweet, 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 sweet water, sweet, mellow syrup or something, mellow sauce or sweet syrup or something. That's why that's why it tasted so sweet. Yeah. And like it contained such a kind of sweet sauce, sweet syrup, sweet natural syrup, so much that that it spoiled the source syrup when having having the potato and having holding the potato and with a little bit strong power. And then and then when I saw its sauce spoiled out, I was kind of surprised, how sweet and how how much the syrup was contained in the potato. So I was quite surprised, and yeah, that is the first experience. That is the first time for me to to see the to see its syrup is spoiling over from the potato itself. So I was surprised, and kind of it's more like I was impressed how many the great sweet syrup were contained in the potato itself. And besides, the color of the syrup was not transparent. Was similar. Looked like the brown. Looked like brown. Yeah, that's why I completely understood that this liquid is not. This liquid was not just water or kinda, yeah. I completely understood that this liquid was not just water, and this is completely sweet great syrup or something like that. And then after having the baked sweet potatoes, we headed a shrine at a Japanese traditional event on New Year, so-called Hatsumoude, and yeah. So yeah, in Japan we visit a shrine on New Year's Day or or on the beginning of the new year. And that is a traditional Japanese event, and it's called as Hatsumoude again. And yeah, so usually we visit the shrine on the New Year's Day or the day after the New Year's Day. But I couldn't because I was in Toronto at that time. So yeah, that's why I'd love to. That's why I have always wanted visit the shrine at the Japanese traditional event, so-called Hatsumoude, as soon as possible from when I was in Toronto. That's why that's why I visited the shrine soon after returning to Japan and being unleashed from the quarantine plan at the hotel. At a hotel. So in most cases, the it is better that that we visit a shrine where we are familiar, and of course they are familiar with us as a Hatsumoude. That's why I visited Nukisaki Jinja Shrine, where we are quite familiar, and of course they are quite familiar with us. So I've been here since my childhood. So they have known me and us. I mean, they have known us from my childhood. So yeah, that's why personally the Nukisaki Jinja Shrine is best as a shrine for Hatsumoude, and yeah, so I visited the shrine again, and then oh, and of course and like I did me a favor, and I confirmed whether I can do pick up girls on Instagram or not, and then he said, yeah, I mean I felt she said that was not a big deal, so you could you could do it whatever you want in terms of the picking up girls on Instagram, and but you have to but you had to continue to study English to maintain at least to maintain your English proficiency. So yeah, if you continue to study English at least to maintain your English proficiency, we allow you to pick up girls on Instagram as much as you want. So yeah, I felt like that. So yeah, so I've decided to, of course, to continue to study English again, and to start or resume picking up girls on Instagram finally. Yeah. And oh, I and then I had omikuji. Omikuji is kinda yeah, it is similar to the fortune cookie, but we don't have the just literal cookie. The omikuji is kind of checking process of how lucky you are at the moment at the time. So yeah, after I had an omikuji, and then I turned out to be the happiest at the moment according to the data, so-called daikichi. Dai means large or big, kichi means fortune. So I won the big fortune according to the data, and the daikichi, big fortune, is the highest and the happiest level. It's positioned as the highest at the highest and the happiest level in the omikuji, I mean fortune testing. That's why I was quite I'm now even now I'm quite happy, and I was thrilled to see such a great fortune result. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to having this year, and yeah, and as usual, I'm gonna stay, and I'm gonna enjoy this year with a lot of thanks, a lot of thank for God, and of course a lot of thank for nature, for my family, for my members of my family, and my friends, and so on. Yeah. So yeah, for personally, I'm quite happy, and I was so excited to see such a great fortune result. Oh, and then on our way to Marseille, I borrowed, yeah, we we visited the rental shop, and then I borrowed 10 comics from the rental store. So yeah, I've always wanted to read some titles of comics, such as Chihayafuru, One Punch Man, and Boku no Hero Academia, My Hero Academia. Before I went to Canada, and then but I didn't have any enough time to read all of the all titles of them, and yeah, but now I finished studying abroad in Canada and returned to Japan, and returned to Japan. So at the moment, I can make time to read it. I mean, I can allocate some time to some amounts of time to read such great comics per day. That's why I borrowed. And then at the store, I found a quite reasonable earphone at the store by the name of Gale. Its price was below 5,000 yen. It was around 3,500 yen before tax, and after tax its price was like 4,700 yen, around something like that. And so even though its price is quite low, I mean, even though it's quite cheap, it has a lot of features, including noise cancelling. So yeah, for most people, the earphone it's quite suitable for using listening to music in their daily lives. In their daily lives. And then we headed the Marseille, that is the best ramen restaurant in the world. So I had a kind of signature ramen by the name of the shoyu torisoba. Its taste was not as great as I've expected, and I've ever had probably in the before, but its taste was good, and probably I'm gonna select the shoyu tonkotsu soba, not the shoyu tori soba in the before in the next time, and but it but it but it but the ramen certainly tasted good. Tasted so good that I ate that I had too much. So later on, I had a later on I had no choice but to feel some stomach ache or kind of feel not well because I had too much at that time. And then after on arrival at my parents' home, after in a while, I had I played Machikoro with my mom. Machikoro is a board game, and Machikoro is quite exciting board game because it features the essences of the property real estate investing because it features some essences of property investment. Yeah, so in the board game we have to invest in some properties to generate profit for achieving a specific goal of the board game. So there are a lot of essences of the property investment in the board game, and that's why I love the board game as well. So we had 3 rounds of the game, and then I had one. Okay, I had one at once, and then my mom has one twice, and then consequently my mom won the game finally. So I didn't have any I didn't do any make any failure in terms of the possibility. So possibility or logics. That's why I lost the game. I lost the game today just because I'm out of luck. Yeah. and it's more like I succeeded in saving my precious fortune this year. Yeah. So mostly I'm gonna utilize my fortune in the when I confront or when I win the more important situations. Yeah. And so because I had we played the Machikoro for 3 times, and then I was quite tired, and because we played the Machikoro for 3 times, and I used my logic and reason. I used my brain so much that I felt like quite sleepy after playing the game. So so I had nothing to do with what I'm sleepy. That's why I I couldn't stop falling asleep on the couch. But I was quite tired, so I mean, yeah. But I succeeded in having a great amount of sleep for more than 6 hours. So that was not enough. That is completely sleep. Yeah. So now I'm recovered thanks to a great amount of sleep, and yeah. So now I'm fine. I'm great. I'm so great that I can speak English so frequently like this, and when taking in an English video. And now I've been talking about today, January 18th in Japan, for more than 30 minutes. That is of course long enough to. The amount of time is long enough for my English video and to at least to maintain my English proficiency. And of course, I mean, there's also nothing that I wanna tell. So that's all. Okay, thank you.